on the indictment. Somebody's going to take this now. Look, the federal government is going to make somebody the boss now. So, and at the same time, God didn't want to be the boss, I guess. So I met him quite a few times when we was during that time, because we got to go back and forth to court, and they was going back and forth fighting the cases. So I saw all, and then later on, the 5 commission, the 5 guys, the boss of the Gambino, the boss of Bandano, 5 at Lucchese, all those 5 family with the mob, New York, was indicted. One on every family. Those are the bosses of the family. So they call that case the commission case. So how a commission case is, they link that commission's case with Anthony Endicotto. Okay, Anthony Endicotto, his father's a capo too. And this guy named Anthony Endicotto, he later on his case, he appealed his case on the Rico cases on Second Circuit. That became one of the controlling issue acts. The elements has to prove, to base on what it takes to be a continue of a pattern of racketeering or what. This because this, like Rico cases, we're gonna get a little bit further. It's very complicated. If I find something that is written by somebody, not just normal people. This guy even said it himself. One of the law professor, or I forgot what it is, but somebody, when he said, when you read it, this guy said it, okay, something's wrong. He even said it when this Rico came out. They gonna do, if they know how to use it, the intention, what they actually use when they on the Senate debates and after when they passed the law, it turned out totally a lot differently than what they thought. But anyway, let's go back. So Anthony Endicotto, he was fighting that case, the commission case. They brought him in. He's not the boss. They got the 5 bosses already: Colombo, Gambino, Lucchese, right? All that, and Genovese, or what? They got everybody in there. So now, at that time, the Fed thought a guy named Tony he chews cigar from the Bronx. He's always on the paper. He chews a big cigar, and he was a Chin fan. He thought they think he was a Chin boss. They indicted him on Lucchese family. So
Vincent Chin.
Is it Vincent? No, big Chin.
Vincent Chin.
Chin, the guy that they shoot in the shower, right? That's later on. He wasn't there yet when they.
The guy in the robe.
Yeah. See, when they say he is actually the one, but the sources they got from the surveillance, from the Fed, this fucking guy, man, he's retarded, man. How could he be the boss? Those days they show back, right? Now, they indicted a guy, Tony the Duck, and to took over his place. They thought Tony the Duck was always that family boss, but he wasn't. But he got charged with that. You know what? Goddamn shit. He was old. I don't know how old he was. When he came in, he had a cane. And then there's always a guy next to him. He's older men. Always, like they go to court together or something. Then later on, he was the rat that rat out like everything Tony did, because he was just like everyday guy in MCC. But anyway, let me tell you, 5 family was then there. Anthony Endicotto was dragged in this case to show. Now here to go. They indicted with Rico, the conviction cases, but Rico. Later on, they got found guilty. Everybody got 100 years. Oh, Snake, they call him from the Brooklyn guy. What's his name? They call him the Snake, aka nickname Persico. Yeah, and then Persico was the boss. Yeah, he was the boss. Persico, he was a tough guy. So I was with him on the same. We see every day. I listen to how they talk, and stuff. They always see me, and they talk to me, like, hey, that's why we say. I say, well, Chinese would get along with Italian more, mingle with them more than we back then in the days with blacks or Spanish or other nationality, because we really don't understand them so much. you know. So we don't want to mingle with them. But so they talked to me in the mobile. Now, all 5 of them later on got convicted. Also, this guy named Anthony Endicado. He didn't charge him 100 years. They didn't give him 100 years. They gave him 40 years. He got 2 counts. Same count I got, which is Rico and Rico conspiracy. 2 of them, right? Rico conspiracy. Back then, from 1 year to 10 years. That's how much, how each count carry you minimum. If he's a judge, he got to give you 1 year if you get convicted. He can't give you more than 20 years each count. So 1 to 10, 1 to 20, 1 to 20, 1 consecutive. He got 40 years. Okay. So while he was in prison, and then later on, he sent to Terror Hut, and I got sent to Terror Hut. I knew him, or in MCC, right? Then later on, when we both got sentenced, he got 40, I got 35. So I wound up with the same prison with Anthony Endicado. So he did appeal. So those 5 guys, a lot of them is not going to be. I don't know if Persico even alive today, but maybe, I don't know. They ship him out to Lampa, California. So now Anthony Endicado, he's a funny guy. They shot him in the head. I don't know what, but they did a hit on him. They tried to kill him. I don't know what family, but inside, I you know, we live in the same tier, so we bump into each other a lot. So one time I went into his cell and they had a bunch of fucking pills. I said, shit, what the fuck are you doing here? Selling drugs? I don't know what the fuck. A lot of pills. No, he said, yo, Pete, I gotta take this fucking thing every day because of my fucking head, right? Like, he gotta take medication. Oh, he took a lot of medication for his fucking head. So he works out every day. He's a stocky guy. He's really stocky. You know, he's a bodybuilder. He go lift weight and stuff like that. What he did on the commission case, all 5 commissions, right? All 5 bosses, okay? Actually, 4 bosses. Because one of the bosses, Carmen Galante, that he got killed, Mary Jo, the restaurants in Knickerbocker and in Brooklyn. Today, he did that hit. They say he did that. So when he was talking to me, I was talking to him. I don't know his case too much detail, but only from him himself, Anthony's mouth, because I talked to him, you know, we talked, and then since he got convicted and stuff like that, he said, you know what, motherfucker, they got my palm print, right? They traced my palm print on the glass, on the fucking car, right? Palm print, I didn't know what fucking back then, they got palm print. I never even, the fingerprint, palm print. So he told me that his case, so they matched his print, so they indicted him. Okay, they indicted him. Okay, fine. So now, at that time, like I said, when we was fighting the Rico cases, Rico came out long before that. Rico was introduced actively in 1970. Okay, when that bill was passed after the president signed 1970, it passed it. And left it there. They didn't know how to use it. They didn't use it for years, for many years, until Reagan said war on organized crime. Oh, here we go. Pull this shit out. Pull that called Rico. And actually, later on, then I know it was an abbreviation for Rico. It means Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organization Act, RICO, right? Okay. So now he got charged with that. And so that charge, now you got all kind of people like Philadelphia, Bruno, another mafia, right? They tried to charge everybody that is anybody. So all over the state, 50 states. So now after I got convicted, looking back and we did some research, there's only 2 of those, how many years? 84, 1970, that's 14 years already. There's only 200 cases appealing in the whole United States. That's not a lot. The whole United States, that's not a lot, you know what I'm saying? All the circuit court, put them all together. How many RICO cases are appealing? It's only 200 cases. Oh, that's not a lot. Now, because a lot of issue in there, when they passed this law, it's so vague that those senators, they actually never defined it, how precise how it's supposed to be used this way, and it's so broad that this federal statute is something that if they hit you with this, right, it's almost, you could say, kiss your ass goodbye, because they can't come with you like that. They turn, they could twist around, come with, oh, we could do this. So now, the lawyer was fighting certain issue, and Anthony, he got out early because of he challenged the issue in there. There's one issue in there called continuity and concerted action, and a Rico, to charge me in the Rico Act, the statute itself, it requires two acts that you committed, right? And also that act has to be proven by the government that you did this for whatever organization is, legal organization, union, or illegal organization, regardless. But you have to, this action was taken as to furtherance to the enterprise. You did it for the enterprise. You did, you robbed a fucking jewelry store. We got that, but you did it on your own. Nobody know about it. You took that thing, but we know about it. They put that act onto the Rico? No, they can't do that. So they don't know. It's a lot of issue in there. They were still in court trying to have a controlling cases that also. So what happened was Anthony challenged that issue as continuity. They need two acts to consider pattern or racketeering activity. What consider pattern? Oh, here you go. I remember clearly now. So, how do you describe pattern? Because, pattern. Just saying by a word itself is so boring, right? Pattern, yeah, pattern. But how pattern? What pattern? So now, they didn't never define it. They never had a controlling cases. Say, this is how you have to go by in court. That's how Supreme Court is. That's why we have a Supreme Court. They says, okay, like McCarthy, right? United States guilty plea cases, and everybody plead guilty. This is the controlling cases. All right. Later on, I find another cases which defines the controlling. This is the granddaddy. United States versus Turquette. Turquette is the controlling cases of the criminal enterprise. Okay. They will define all the criminal prices, but Turquette never defined the pattern. His issue. His lawyer never, in other words, challenged that issue, was never debate on that issue. Only what you brought up in the court, right? So that issue itself, if you say criminal activity, you better look up to Turquette first. This is how we going to, the court, federal court supposed to be all the same, 9th Circuit and 8th Circuit. But a lot of times, 9th Circuit, their opinion, when we had this, all those pattern racketeering, continuity, what considered action, and what's this? So many issues wasn't defined when they passed this law. So now lawyer appeal all those issues. Some of them, get where they straighten out what is there. This is what you got. Certain circuit at that time. We're not going about what the 9th Circuit says. Okay. First Circuit, we go about what it says here, what ours before us, this case, go by this case. So now, so every circuit was actually crisscrossing. That's impossible. When a law with the federal government is not state law, it's not Ohio law. Ohio law could be different from the common law, like another word, New York State. Right? Different. They could be different. The penalty could be different, and the element to convict you on that charge, it could be different. But more than likely, like a murder charge, for instance, it's simple. A murder charge. What are you going to say? A murder charge? You find a body, the murder? No, it has to be more than that, right? Okay. Well, okay. Murder charge. How? What the element? Did he? Okay. Even though I kill him, and that don't wait. It could be I killed him, accidentally killed him, right? Now you're charging me with a murder. I didn't kill him intentionally. It can't be murder, a manslaughter. You can charge me with a manslaughter. It was an intention. Now, if you intended, right, it's totally different, right? So now, when murder, they have to prove the intent. That's your intent to kill this guy, right? They have to prove what is the intent issue. The element is very important. The prosecutor on that side has to prove the issue. I'm saying one of the elements. There's a lot of them. But with Rico, Jesus Christ, fucking federal government, when the Senate, they signed a law in 1970, they passed it out, they threw it out there. It sat there for many, many years. Nobody know how to use it. So now, here come some, they start to indict the mafia, some of that. The whole thing was actually, I read from this, how Rico came about, who sponsored this bill, where it gave birth this bill, I know. With the forfeiture law, federal government, right, and the 19, it came with this Rico law. Conspiracy before 1970, mark my word, yeah, that's a lawyer. Before 1969, 1960, there was, federal government had no conspiracy law. There was no such a law called conspiracy. But when they created this Rico law, oh, there's a weapon there. So it came with that forfeiture law, it came with that conspiracy law. So conspiracy is very vague with federal government. You don't need to do nothing. You just like where you're sitting here now, listen to me, you nodded and you got charged. And I know a guy exactly did that. The bamboo, yeah, he don't speak. I'm going to tell you that case too. Oh, so he wound up with me. I help him a lot in prison and stuff like that. Yeah, I help him a lot because I mean I can't. His family's in Thailand, right? So it was a little comical too, that thing. But he was in the bamboo case. He's one of the guy in the bamboo case. So I felt sorry for him. The guy after he got charged with the guy's co-defendant, none of them really looked after him and so. But actually, they don't know him. They call him, tell him to come here. They picked him up from the airport. This guy from Thailand never the United Ameng, they call him Ameng. So he never been to nowhere. So they pick him at the airport and pick him with what? A Rolls Royce. The Fed gave him the Rolls Royce, right? Okay, whatever you want to give. When the Fed wants you, well, you could. Whatever you want, they give it to you, right? It's not an issue. So now, one of the guy from Texas, right? He's got charged with a bamboo case. I don't know this guy's name off my head, but they brought him back from Texas. So there's the one guy from Bak Long, White Wolf. He is actually one of the big guy in United Bamboo in China. I mean in Taiwan. This case actually developed from a political standpoint where the guy worked for a newspaper. He was writing shit about Taiwan, the government shit. The government told him to stop, right? And I'm going to see the CIA in Taiwan. He's like a CIA guy over here. His position in Taiwan was tell him, the writer, right, stop this fucking bullshit, right? Like try to stop this guy, right? He won't stop. So they put a hit on him. So the CIA, the Taiwan CIA, later on he resigned, and then the United States. Well, this case blew up, right? But anyway, the United Bamboo. So now they drove the fucking Rolls Royce, pick him up at the airport, drove him straight to Twin Tower. They collapsed him. So rented him a room. Now it was set up. They got camera on the TV. He don't know yet. He told me that he got the Fed was on the next room listening everything what's going on there. So he don't know English, not a fucking word English. I swear. He don't not know a fucking word in Cantonese. All he know is his home language is how he's Thai. Yeah. So the United Bamboo, I don't know how he got hooked up with Ming, this guy Thai, but he brought him over, and this United Bamboo guy tell him, all you have to do, don't say nothing, because they know he don't know how to say. When those two white men sit in the car, just nod it. That's it. When I say, yeah. So one of the Bamboo guy from Texas, I'm gonna find out in a minute. I go there. He was talking. He was making deals. He thought the Fed. He wasn't thinking those guys was the Fed, right? He thought they was going to make a deal, a drug deal, heroin. So then told Ming, so pick up Ming with the Rolls Royce, drove him straight to the hotel. And while he was sitting in the car, he listened to the guy that told him, when they talk, they say, and they look at you, just nod it, like that. Nod it. Don't say nothing. You don't have to say that. So he nodded. He can't even carry a fucking 2-word conversation with anybody. So this is how ridiculous. Never been into the state? No. So they took him there, right, to the hotel. Fed was next door. They rented a room. Okay. Now, when he was turning on the TV, they did a lousy job. All of a sudden, he saw a camera, little camera, the knob, and he poked it, and the fucking thing came out, right? So I said, when that shit came out, why don't you just take off? And he said, right. You know how he answered me? Where I'm gonna go? I don't know here. I don't know left or right, how to go where. I don't know one person there. Number one, I never stepped on this soil from the airport. They took me with the Rolls Royce and drove me to Twin Tower and put me there. Before anything happened, he was turning on the TV and he said something ain't right, but he once that thing fell, the camera, right? They were recording everything. I said, why don't fucking just take off? And when you wait, the fuck, you won't be here, right? Where I'm going to go, Pete? I went out with him and we did time in Terre together. He got sent, me and him met at NCC when we were fighting the case. But we went out when he got sent and I got sent to the same place with him.